What's up, guys? It's Crypto Kyle here. I am looking at the Bitcoin daily chart in tradingview.com, and oh my, we saw a lot of volatility today. I had advised to sell half to those that follow me around 10K. I thought we were going to see a pullback right there. That was yesterday, and then I woke up this morning and the thing had gone all the way up over 11,000, and I advised that they should most definitely sell the rest of their position or sell another half and let the quarter ride it out. Turns out that I was right, because if we look at our chart here, we see from the last dip, from the last leg up here is right here. Then we saw that retracement back into the what is that moving average right there? That is the 50 moving average, and which is a roughly 61% to 50% retracement. So really close in there. That would have been a good buying opportunity around 5,500 for this next leg up. And then as we break out over this, we're going to start looking to take profits into our fib extensions here. I don't know why it's not showing the 127. Let me see if I can get that on here somehow. Visibility coordinates, no. Anyway, I had it on there at one point. 127 is somewhere in here. So we saw a huge push up all the way to the 168 is where it started to really start to sell, so over 11,000. So we saw the break at around 8,000 here, and then a nice consolidation around 8,300, testing that once resistance at 8,000, which became new support, and then explosion with tons of volume. And then as you can look, you can see the volume. We had tons of selling volume right here. And so what I think happened over the holiday weekend is that we saw a lot of new traders come in, people that are probably not good at trading, or they're just novice at trading. So they chased it all the way up here, and then today with all the selling, let's look at the hourly chart. With all the selling over 11,000, because the professionals or the people that are more senior traders, they went long a long time ago. They bought the last dip, they rode it up, and then they started taking profits, just like me. And they didn't want to go long again. Obviously, they don't want to. They probably started seeing this get really extended. Especially when we look at the daily, we were really extended up off this 9 moving average, like way up here. So that's time for a pullback. That's just how trading goes. So we see that pullback back into the 9. So we had tons of support in this level. And if you wanted to really figure out like where a good entry would be, is take that right there. When we start seeing the peak start to show, like earlier in the day, we started seeing this candle wick get longer and longer here, and I was like, oh man, this thing's gonna come down real hard. So I was like, and I was telling some people that I talked to and advised to sell, and then immediately put a limit order in around the $8,700 area. I felt like, especially when I started seeing Coinbase crash, I was like, oh my gosh, a lot of people that came into this trade, they're panicking. They can't sell fast enough because they think they're gonna lose everything. They think the bubble's popped, and then that's when we see just like this massive volume of selling just come in. I was like, oh, there it is. There's the crash. So actually, yeah, it did retrace. Looks like to about 50% again. Like if you remember that last leg we saw, it came down to between 61 and 50%. That's where I was anticipating, and I said, okay, well, we have the moving average here. That's a healthy retracement right in this zone right here. And then, you know, I said, okay, well, I don't know if I would put a limit order for 8,500. I don't know if it'd get that low. And it turned, I mean, I almost caught the bottom, like 8,700, just really good trade. So yeah, that was sweet, got filled. And then now it just, I couldn't believe I was going to get filled in the same day. I thought I was going to sell it and then have to wait a couple days for it to come back down. And it just like happened all within like hours. Like I was like, holy crap. And then immediately in the green. So huge bounce, and then immediately in the green. And then now it's contending with these moving averages here on the hourly. So I actually advised one of my colleagues to put a sell order at 8,500, which I don't think got filled, obviously. It's so hard to tell the accurate price. Like GDAX was all screwed up. Coinbase is different than GDAX because they do market orders. This is different. I think, you know, I got Coinbase here, but if you look at, if you try to like do BTC, you can have all these different exchanges, like, and they're all different. It's like, what's this one? Yeah, look, they're different. It's like $200 price difference. So I don't even know. Like, I was following this one, and then I started looking around, and they're all different. So it is what it is. Apparently, that's just how these cryptos are going to trade. But it's in a downtrend right now. I wouldn't go long again. Actually sold up into here, into this moving average because it's resistance. And frankly, the way that it sold here, I don't trust it right now. I need to see some sideways consolidation, especially on the daily chart. Like, we're still overextended. And if it loses this level here of 98.21 after this candle closes, and it breaks down to the downside, I think we can see something similar to this pattern right here, where we get some sideways action and then we come down even into this moving average, which will probably be up around in this area. So it could retrace even further. Right now, it looks like buying and selling is about equal. People are like hashing it out. So that's just my prediction. I don't know. Maybe it just moves sideways here and catches the 9 again and continues higher, and then we get a breakout over the $11,000 mark. But we can essentially, if this does pivot back down, we can say that this is our new high, it's our pivot point here, and this is our, you know, new low, and then that's our fib for this leg. So it was a sweet, what we call money leg in trading. So if you're familiar with ABCD pattern, this was our A down here. This was our B at one point. So A, B. Then we saw a huge sell-off. This is our C. And then we get a huge push up to our D. So professional traders, they'll ride these legs up. This was once a C to D as well because it followed the A to B, so they interchange. So this was the A, this is the B, this is the C, this is the D. C to D is called the money leg. The probability of it continuing higher is very great, especially when you get a healthy retracement from your top. About to 61% to 50% is healthy, and then you see it catch a moving average. So you can see these trend lines go up, and then we just see this sweet little bounce. Boom! There's that little candlestick right here. Right here is buying. It went buying into that, right? So the candle wick at the bottom is buying. A candle wick at the top, like we see here, is a lot of selling, and you can correlate that with the volume that you see. And then we see buying up off that, boom. Let's zoom back out here. So A, B, C, D. And now we're going to redraw our line. So our new A is here, and our new B is here, and we're waiting for the C to show itself. And we will take entry on the C when it reveals itself. I don't know when that's going to be, but it will happen. This chart is like Fibonacci perfection. Like, it's so easy to read when they start showing themselves. So we're going to look for something similar to this right here, somewhere up in here. Like, that's what we want to see. I'm not going to chase it. It may continue higher, but it does need to pull back. This is a lot of buying. It just happened so quick, right? That's such a huge move, but we just need to see some sideways consolidation. So that's it for now. That's a quick tutorial on Fibonacci too. If you're chasing this or thinking long term, that's your choice. But in my opinion, it needs to come back down so your entry could be potentially a little bit better. Hey, sorry about that, guys. I had something in the oven, so it was beeping at me. So yeah, like I was saying, I think your entry could be a little bit better as we see some more sideways consolidation. But it looks like it is recovering kind of nice, and it may continue up higher, but it's still really extended over its moving average. And then, just looking at my fibs here, right there, I mean, it could test highs again. I don't know. This thing's pretty crazy, and China and the eastern part of the world is going to wake up to some lower prices, or just the same potentially, and they were going to see this, and so I don't know what their reaction is going to be. Maybe it's a buying opportunity for them, and it'll send it higher, and we'll just keep cruising right on up. So if that's the case, then yeah, maybe if we see that volume come in, but this is a lot of selling volume here, so we're going to need to see some green candles for sure. If you have any questions, my email is kyle@bitconnectloan.com. We'll put a referral link for free $10 to sign up on Coinbase, although as we saw today, they are not quite prepared for the amount of traders trying to jump onto their platform quite yet, so just use caution there. There are other exchanges, obviously. And then I will have a referral link to BitConnect as well. I am actively investing in BitConnect. It is a little bit higher risk, but the payouts are higher, obviously, the risk-reward ratio. So my daily goal is to get that up to about $500 a day on payouts, granted that everything goes smoothly. And it looks like we're on track. I mean, the original 760 that I put in is paid every day. I've had no issues. It pays what it's saying it's going to pay. Granted, it's not a lot of dollars getting paid to me right now, not yet at least. So hopefully, everything goes great, and they're a legitimate company. So there's been no issues that I could see on any of the social sites saying that they're not legit or haven't paid yet, although people do criticize it for being sort of a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi scheme, but I took that into account and still went in with my money, willing to risk the 760 to make quite a bit, hopefully one day, just compound the interest. So you can learn about that at bitconnectloan.com. I have a lot of videos on there, including this one. I'm going to be offering Fibonacci courses and just trading courses in general. If you're interested, reach out and I can sign you up to that. I haven't really thought about pricing too much, or if I'll just offer it for free to some people at first to just kind of get some feedback. But I'm willing to help people try to earn some cash or just make some profits. So I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you guys soon. Cheers.